Yeah, Oscar, Coach Smart was telling us about your work this offseason, and he felt like you had improved quite a bit in the weight room and your approach. Can you just tell us a little bit about that, what your mindset was this offseason, how you wanted to work, and how you feel like that has prepared you for the start of fall camp?
Yeah, I mean, I came back for a reason. I want to have a great season, and, in the summer, that's what we do. We work out a bunch, we work out hard, so I was going to just go as hard as I could. So it's really simple.
Oscar, I know you've had some young guys join you in the room. What have you seen from this freshmen that have joined you over the summer?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be great players. They're really smart guys. They've picked it up quick. They're super athletic, making plays. I'm really excited to watch them this camp. They're going to be great.
Yeah, Kirby's talked about this team being hungry, so many young players. You're one of the guys who has been here a long time and played a lot of snaps. What is your, message to not just the young tight ends, but all the young guys on this team of getting back to that level of national championship contention that was how it was when you first started here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just, I know how it was when we won games and when it was work and we won national championships. I was here for that, so I just kind of share with them, the standard and what those older guys were holding me to when I was younger. So I just try to keep it the same and just, standard's a standard, and you got to do it certain ways to win championships.
Yeah, you're someone who's obviously close with Gunnar. How have you seen him approach this offseason, and how has that maybe differed, if at all, from past years where he has a clear potential starting opportunity in front of him?
Yeah, I've lived with Gunnar for 4 years, and he's been preparing like he's a starting quarterback for 4 years. So there's no one I trust more than Gunnar. Seeing what he does at home, on and off the field. I mean, last year everyone was so surprised when he went in the Texas game and killed it, but he could have went in 4 games before that. He would have done the same thing. He's prepared like the starter for 4 years, and he's going to continue to do that.
Oscar, Evan, I guess you're a veteran now. Can you, take us through the process, or maybe share what it's like to grow from being the wide-eyed freshman coming in, playing for Kirby Smart at a program where these practices are considered to be the most difficult by a lot of NFL people to now, and how do you learn to operate and work effectively under a coach that puts those sort of demands on you?
Yeah, it's once you're here as a freshman, you're demanded the same standard as everyone else, and it can be hard at first once you get here, but I think the biggest thing was just confidence and gaining that confidence, and it can be hard as a freshman to, go out here with all these older guys that have been here and that are experienced, but once you get plays under you and you just keep getting reps, I think that's where that confidence builds. And, once you have confidence, I feel like you're unstoppable. And that's a big thing, is just being able to play with confidence, be able to play fast.
Oscar, looking back at last season, it seemed like that last month of the year, you guys in the tight end room really stepped up as pass catchers and the role in the offense. When you look at the room as it is right now and what you guys have, what do you feel like you guys are capable of providing to this offense, what the tight ends can mean to this offense this season?
Yeah, I think we have the best tight end room in the country. I think we have a lot of guys who can make a lot of plays, and I think we're going to make a lot of plays this year. And we just need to, just worry about what's called and not worry about things we can't control. And I think that's what we started to do towards the end of the year. We started just playing football, stopped worrying about factors that don't control us, and I think everything started working out.
I guess on the topic of things you can control, like drops were such a talking point all through last season. I guess, one, do you do anything in the offseason to address it? Like, what's the thought process on that front going into fall camp?
Yeah, everyone's getting catches in every day. After practice, all the receivers, all the tight ends, running backs, guys are staying hours after getting catches. Everyone's got certain catch quotas that their coaches are giving them, but I think they'd still be out there doing them even if that wasn't a thing. Everyone wants to get better. No one wanted those drops to happen last year, but sometimes drops just happen. You just can't. You just got to go on to the next play and just move on. But I think we got a lot of really good guys on offense that I know can all catch the ball, and that will make a bunch of big plays this year.
Yeah, you're someone who came into the same recruiting class as Christian Miller. How have you seen him develop, both as a player but also from a personality standpoint as well in his time here at Georgia?
Yeah, Chris has the biggest personality of probably I've ever met. He's awesome. Everyone loves him. He's a great leader, and he's a great football player. He's gotten bigger, he's gotten stronger, and he looks good right now. So I'm excited to see him play this year.
Oscar, this offensive line is getting ready to step up after 4 starters gone from last year. What do you think of this group as they get ready for the start of fall camp?
Yeah, we got all the pieces that we need. We got a ton of guys that can play on the O-line. I think we have one of the best O-lines in the country. One of the things we worked on this summer, just going back to the fundamentals at all positions, and I think that's really going to help, those miscommunications that we had in the run game at certain times last year and in the past game. And I'm excited to watch it all go down this camp.
Yeah, obviously you spoke earlier about your confidence in Gunner, but with Ryan Puglisi, what's the confidence level from this offense in terms of him if he needs to come in and play well and ultimately lead you guys at the quarterback position?
Yeah, I've got all the confidence in the world in Ryan as well. I mean, I think I got all of our quarterbacks at Georgia. They all prepare like nothing I've ever seen before, and they all can make every throw you want them to throw, and every run that you need them to run if they need to use their legs. Ryan's a great player, and I see him show it every day at practice. I'm not worried at all.
It means a lot, but we try not to use that in the linebacker room. We try to prove that on the field. So that's the main thing. We just try to prove what we are. We don't say it too much.
Raylen, feels like every week we got somebody talking about Elijah Griffin. What have you seen playing from behind him so far?
He's going to be a dude, EG. I feel like our whole defensive line unit is going to be good this year. And EG is a young guy that's shown flashes in the spring, and I feel like he's going to do good for us.
Raylen, to follow up on defensive line, when we were at Media Days, CJ said he felt like that entire defensive line could really surprise some people. What have you seen from that entire room just this offseason as they get ready for the start of fall camp?
I've seen a lot of them taking everything in that the D-line coach is asking of them and just getting better every day with technique and just everything.
We hear a lot about Kirby over here. We hear a lot about the Kirby on the microphone stories. Obviously, I'm sure you've experienced plenty of that. All the players seem to.
Yeah.
Do you think that's effective? And as you go deeper into your career, do you look forward to that during the? Does it keep the practices going? Is that something you guys? I don't want to say almost get a kick out of, but I mean sometimes I've heard he says some stuff that can be kind of funny.
And I feel like he just keeps the fire in practice. He brings it, especially if nobody has it, the fire. He's going to come with it every day, so he better come with some fire out there.
We've heard a lot from the guys at Media Day, excuse me, the guys at Media Day and Kirby about fire, passion, energy. What have you seen this offseason around the building and with the guys that's kind of different maybe than this time a year ago?
I feel like everybody's more bought in to the fire, passion, energy thing because I feel like nowadays college football, mostly like people care more about money. And here we make sure that's not the biggest issue. Like we focus on the passion and the love for the game.
Kirby talked to us. This is going into year 10 for him, and he also mentioned that it's only been 20 years since two-a-days were a common thing this time of year. I wonder, does he ever talk to you guys in the line of a back in my day story about when he was a player?
Yeah.
And are you guys receptive to that kind of thing?
Yeah, he's talked to us multiple times about the stuff they used to do back in the day, and it's just basically puts it like it's a new day, and basically you can't do stuff like that anymore. And it was taxing on their bodies back then.
Yeah, Raylen, how would you describe, I guess, the various skill sets you guys have in this linebacker room between you, CJ, we saw a little bit of Chris last year, Justin Williams, they got the freshmen. How would you describe just the various things each one of you guys brings to that linebacker group?
I feel like everybody's relentless and everybody leads in their own way, but we're all focusing on being vocal with the whole defense and communicating post play and before the play even happens. So I feel like we're just getting better at that every day.
Yeah, the offense has talked a lot about improving the run game. How have you seen them go about trying to do that in practice so far, and obviously not during fall camp, but during the offseason?
Yeah, I feel like we did more run game, just like technique stuff for the O-line and D-line. Like they did less running and more like hands-on-hand stuff. I feel like we're going to see a good leap from last year with them.
Can you just tell me a little bit about the LBU Olympics you guys just had with Coach Schumann and just, how you guys bond as a group and how do you feel like you did?
Well, in our group, in our room specifically, we're a family. And then just the whole team, we're a family inside of a bigger family. And I feel like it's just friendly competition with different games. Like we played like ping pong, darts, NCAA, just different games, just friendly competition before we actually get into competition here.
What did you excel at?
NCAA. I had lost in ping pong and darts. That was my first time playing both of them.
Raylen, you were saying most people care about money, but it's not the biggest issue for you guys. You get a revenue share now. How much do you care about the money on your end?
On my end, I came in not caring about the money. We didn't talk about money before I came here. I was just focused on development, then the bigger thing after this.
You guys get this camp coming up. It's going to be hot. You're going to get, how tired do you get of those offensive linemen? And we talk about the fire and passion energy. Does it ever boil over? And can that be a good thing sometimes if the guy's blocking to the echo of the whistle?
Yeah, it can be a good thing and a bad thing sometimes. Like you still want to have fire, but you want to control that fire. So that's the main thing, controlling how much passion. Like you don't want to be fighting out there. You don't want that. Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, Kirby was saying it's not necessarily about the rushing yards allowed by the defense, but it's the efficiency, it's the yards per carry, that kind of stuff. I guess, what are the benchmarks, I guess, y'all try to hit, and what steps have y'all taken as a defense to get better at defending the run this offseason?
Mostly, the main thing, the problem last year was just execution, basically. I feel like we're getting better at executing stuff. Then that's what the fall camp is about, just getting better at that day by day. Tackling, execution of the play call, and turnovers. That's our main focus.
Yeah, what have you seen this offseason from Gunnar and Ryan and how they've gone about leading the team, but also getting better and improving as quarterbacks?
I feel like they try to get better every day, just like being more vocal with everybody, knowing the checks, what to check to when they see, oh, the defense about to do something different. Like it's just something they're getting better at every day at their position.
Raylen, Coach Smart was in here talking about Oscar and how much work and the way he worked this offseason, how that stood out. One, what have you seen from what Oscar has done? And two, how hard is it as a linebacker to cover a guy with the skill set of a guy like Oscar?
So all our tight ends are pretty hard to cover, but you don't get better just not covering them. I mean, we got to cover them, so I mean, it's not that hard, but it's hard. Then sometimes it could be hard, sometimes it could be easy, like, because they're good players.
What did you see from Oscar this offseason?
Oscar, shoot, he was going hard in the weight room all season. I felt like I seen a lot of improvement in the weight room, just going heavy weight. Like we be competing in the weight room, seeing who can do the most weight on different stuff. Like you see him going up in weight, like I'm finna go up in weight if he doing more than me, and that's just how it goes.
You guys are competing in the weight room. We also saw you guys running the stadium steps, and you're wearing the GPS trackers. So we have definitive proof. Who's the fastest linebacker in that room?
I couldn't tell you. I ain't gonna lie. We all pretty fast in there. Everybody moving. Shoot, y'all just gonna have to see.
I'm wondering about the transfer from Army LO, I guess. How did he come in from a conditioning and a mental standpoint? I mean, we know how tough your training is. Obviously, Army has pretty good training too at West Point. How did he fit in, and what's that adjustment been like, seeing him come in and work out with you guys side by side?
I feel like he fits in pretty good, because it's like he brings another aspect from across the country, like just discipline on the D-line. I feel like we're a little bit undisciplined last year on third when it came to third down, just jumping off sides and stuff like that. I feel like he's going to bring another aspect of discipline to everybody on the D-line.
Got time for one more question?
Raylen, you talked about the NCAA video game right over here. You talked about the NCAA video game. You're an 81 overall. Do you think that's fair? And what do you think your end goal would be by the end of the season?
Sure. I really try not to focus on all of that because it's like, I mean, it's a game, basically. I really try to focus on my game on the field instead of on the video game, but it's cool. I don't really care.
Michael, over on the left, I guess, is there a way to put into words just how eager you are to finally have this opportunity? I mean, I know you played a lot of football, but, you know, now clearly a frontline guy, clearly a leader. It would seem like that you waited a long time for what you're on the brink of this season.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. I mean, all the hard work that I put in throughout the years, obviously, with the older guys that I've spoken on previously, taking me under their wing, just putting it all together from one year, one ride, and just trying to lead the young guys, because obviously I've been here for a while, like you were saying, so I feel like there's a lot of advice and tips and just tools that I can feed into the younger guys to make it easier on them as well.
Micah, kind of going off of that, you've been through quite a few of these fall camps before. What is sort of your mindset, understanding what the next month's going to be like and just how much you guys are going to be pushed?
My mindset, I would say, is just trying to take it day by day, rep by rep, not focusing on the future, not focusing on, hey, I might have messed up previously, just focusing day by day, because obviously we're going to be here for a while. So just we're going to have film, we're going to have position meetings, just things like that, just being able to critique the little things and work on the technique.
Yeah, it seems like the run game has been and is going to be a big focus for this offense. One, what have y'all been working on to get better at the run game? And two, as an offensive lineman, like, does that excite you to see such an emphasis put on the ground game?
Oh, me personally, I like hitting people, so yes. But I would say, what have we been working on? Just pretty much just taking it day by day, focusing on technique, the little things, the hand placement, linebacker location, things like that. And then as an offensive line unit, making sure that it's 5 people moving as one, so we're all on the same page every time.
Yeah, obviously he's got a lot of expectations coming in, but what have you seen out of Elijah Griffin on the defensive side of the ball, and what maybe makes him stand out?
Well, I'll have to say for all the younger defensive linemen, like, they're here at the University of Georgia. They got recruited here to come to the University of Georgia, so obviously they're ready for it. They're big-time players. Elijah, along with all of the defensive linemen here, are ready to go, and they're taking great strides, especially from spring to even now. They've all taken great strides.
Hey, Micah, you've got one of the best-fitting nicknames, Big Mike. When did that come about, and how are you? CJ talks about how you were the strongest player on the team, so obviously that nickname's pretty fitting. What do you have to say about that accusation?
I definitely am the strongest. Probably came from some guy named Hammy Culpepper a long time ago now. I don't know.
We asked Kirby about Coach Rouser, Coach Lilly, and kind of what they brought to the room. What's been their impact on you thus far, and what have you kind of learned from those new voices in the building?
Coach Phil is with us in the meetings a lot. Obviously, just him being a guy who coached in the league for so long, all pro guards, all pro tackles, all pro linemen in general. His insight on the game is irreplaceable. I mean, it's amazing to have somebody like that whose brain I can literally pick every day, like constantly just getting so much better. And I feel like that helps the offensive line as a whole, being able to go back to the base of us having 5 people moving as one unit, making sure we're on the same page, where there's landmarks, combinations, stuff like that. Just having that leader and somebody with so much knowledge of the game in the room with us is irreplaceable.
Kirby was saying he wants to see a chip on the shoulder of the offensive line through fall camp into the season. Do you feel like that's something that y'all lacked at times maybe last year? And how do you, I guess, keep the whole fire, passion, and energy thing going every day over the next month or so?
Well, kind of like I spoke on earlier, it starts with our motto, just fire, passion, energy. But the way that we're trying to attack every day, taking it day by day, we can't really focus on the past or the future. All we can do is just try to get better now, because what happened in the past, we can't go back and change it. Just trying to make sure that to get the outcome that we want, we got to get 1% better every day.
Mike, we're obviously in a different era in college football with the portal being wide open and offers being everywhere. You're a guy that probably could have started about 100 schools last year. What's kept you in the huddle here at Georgia and kept your career on track in Athens, even as unquestionably there were probably schools that made it clear that you would add an opportunity elsewhere?
This is my home. This is where I committed to. This is where I wanted to be whenever I was a 17-year-old kid. So at the end of the day, you started it, you got to finish it. And me personally, I know that I could develop here, whether it might not be me starting every game, but like I said, the knowledge that I gained from the older guys at the time whenever I was young, now I'm being able to pay it back to the younger guys now with me being an older guy. I mean, this is the school that I love, and I'm happy it's here, so.
Micah, going back to the run game, you look at the running backs that will be playing behind you guys. What stands out to you about that room as a whole, and what you feel like they are capable of doing once the season gets here?
Well, with the running backs, I feel like it starts with the offensive line and sometimes the tight end, depending on the player formation. Just us making the hole for them, because we know that we have capable running backs that's able to hit the hole and break it. We just have to, as an offensive line, we just have to move as one and make the holes and make sure we're blocking the correct people.
Micah Ernest was a guy last year, went through a lot of injuries, obviously, as you know. Never made any kind of excuses about that. You can kind of tell it kind of bothered him just a little bit. Maybe he wasn't at 100% throughout the year. What have you seen from his mindset, his approach going into the camp this year?
Ernest has always been professional. He's been professional about everything he's done here. And obviously, like you said, whether he had something going on or not, he never let it bother him. He never used it as an excuse. He just showed up and went to work.
Micah, over here. Obviously, you're from Camden County. Elias is here. I know y'all haven't played together, but what's that relationship like? What are your thoughts on him? And I think he's might be taller than you.
Yeah, he's taller than me for sure. I mean, obviously, it's great having somebody from Camden, a younger guy, stepping up, and I mean, him along with all the other younger guys. They've all been putting in work, and just seeing them be able to grow, especially now that we're done with the summer conditioning and lifting phase, just seeing them develop and, put on some more muscle. Just seeing them all grow really has been something special. But the Lions being from Camden is definitely special to know that, there's somebody from Camden that's still going to be here after I'm gone. So.
With so many young guys about to go through their first fall camp, can you kind of walk me through what your first day of fall camp was like and what that experience was like for you?
That was a long time ago now. But my first day of fall camp, I remember the main thing was trying to stay up during those meetings. That was a rough point for me. But obviously, the advice I would give to younger guys was definitely just write notes, because when you write down notes, obviously you're going to remember it better. Everything will be easier. But then, in your free time, you got to make sure you're resting or getting recovery. Don't just stay up, because there's really no point. If you can get recovery, take care of your body, because at the end of the day, we're starting it back over the next day, getting right back to it.
And Micah, Daniel Calhoun is someone we got to see a good bit in the spring working at that other guard spot. What have you seen from him as he prepares for his second year?
Well, Calhoun, along with all the linemen, like I was saying, we're just focusing on taking it day by day, getting 1% better, whether it's the technique. We just got done with strength conditioning, getting stronger, getting bigger, ready to play, because at the end of the day, everybody who's here at the University of Georgia was recruited here to come play, and everybody here is capable.
Ask you about this young defensive line that you see every day in practice. What's the one thing about those guys that people may not be taking into account when they talk about Georgia's defensive front this year?
I guess I would say for all the defensive linemen that we're all getting 1% better. Everybody's getting better. The defensive line from spring is not what they are now. They're better than what they were then, and that everybody here is getting better every day because we're putting in the work.